this screen. See how each red alarm flashes like a death knell. This ship was not made to survive here. We are crossing the final frontier, friends, entering the orbit of WASP 12b, a planet so brutal that the very word hell seems like a cosmic joke. Gravity pulls us like a giant hand, and the heat, oh the heat, do you feel? The outside temperature has already reached 1,500 degrees Celsius. In 30 seconds we will reach 2,200 degrees Celsius. For context, that's 3 times hotter than the lava melting its prey on Kilauea, hotter than the Earth's core, where metals twist like plastic. And yet, still, we are here. Why? Because science is not afraid to ask, what lurks in the shadows of this nightmare? Something other than radiation and horror. Something alive. The hatch opens, or rather melts. The first step into this world is also the last for any human being. Your spacesuit, made of tungsten carbide and reinforced ceramic, begins to glow orange and black, like a candle melting in slow motion. You look down and see, the ground is not rock, it is plasma. A river of ionized particles, dancing under a jet-black sky. Here, there is no day or night, just eternal darkness, cut by the red glow of the parent star, WASP 12, which swallows a quarter of the sky. Visual data, comparison of the star with the sun, 1.5 times larger, 4,000 degrees Celsius hotter. This planet is so close to her that an entire year here lasts less than an Earth day. You heard right. A day on Earth is equivalent to a year in this hell, and each grazing orbit deforms it, stretching it like a balloon about to explode. Your shadow? It evaporated before it even touched the ground. And the air? Oh, the air here is a lethal soup of ionized hydrogen and radioactive helium. Breathing would be instant death if the heat hadn't already vaporized his lungs. But wait, why would we risk everything to study this place? Because life, my friends, is a master of trickery. On Earth, we find creatures in the abyssal pits where the pressure would crush a submarine, microbes in lakes of sulfuric acid, tardigrades in the vacuum of space. So why not here? Some scientists speculate that life forms based on silicon, not carbon, could cling to the less hostile layers of the atmosphere. Others speak of organisms that feed on stellar radiation, transforming photons into energy. And there are those who suggest that WASP 12b is not a planet. It is a cosmic corpse, the remains of a once inhabited world, now devoured by its star. But where is the evidence? This is where science bows to humility. Because right now, telescopes like the James Webb are scouring WASP 12b's atmosphere, hunting for molecules like methane or ammonia, chemical signatures that, even here, could indicate biological activity. WASP 12b is dying. Its star is slowly devouring it, pulling matter into itself in a spectacle of destruction that will last 10 million years. On a cosmic scale, that's less than the blink of an eye. And that brings us to the most harrowing question. If there's life here, how long is there left to find it? The data is clear. Every hour, WASP 12b loses 6 billion tons of mass. That's the equivalent of 2 million statues of liberty vaporized into space. And as we speak, robotic probes equipped with quantum AI are mapping every inch of this hell, searching for something we don't even know how to define. In 2023, a controversial study from the Heidelberg Institute for Astrobiology detected unexplained thermal fluctuations in the atmosphere, patterns that did not correspond to any known natural phenomenon. They did not claim it was life, but also, they didn't deny it. This video is a scientific time capsule. Every second you spend here is a step deeper into the unknown, so be part of this journey. Click like right now. Every like is a vote for us to explore the next level of this nightmare. Subscribe and ring the bell, because what comes next will explode your sense of cosmic loneliness. In the next part, we will reveal how WASP 12b defies the laws of physics. We'll see showers of liquid ruby, winds that travel at 4,000 miles per hour, and a recent discovery that has left even skeptics speechless. But remember, in this quest, no one is safe. The ship is lost. But the truth is out there. If you survive this introduction, prepare yourself. Because now, you ask, we are going to enter the heart of hell. We now enter the heart of the beast. WASP 12b is not a planet. It is a gravitational nightmare. Imagine a world so close to its star that an entire year here lasts less than an Earth day, 26 hours. That's the time it takes to complete an orbit. But don't think about mild summers or freezing winters. Here, the gravity of the parent star is so violent that it ruins the planet like bread dough, deforming it into a cosmic egg. Yes, you heard it right. WASP 12b is stretched, compressed, and tortured at every turn. And yet, why does the cosmos not forgive? Now close your eyes. Feel the air that never was. The atmosphere here is a radioactive haze of ionized hydrogen and helium, gases that, under normal conditions, would be inert. But at 2,200 degrees Celsius, they become murderous. Every molecule vibrates with enough energy to disintegrate cells, and if that weren't enough, the sky collapses. Rains of molten rock fall like projectiles, launched by winds that reach 6,000 kilometers per hour. To compare, the strongest hurricane on Earth reaches 300. Here, even the air is a weapon. But wait, before you say this place is all death, remember? The universe loves contradictions. In the Milky Way, we find methane lakes on Titan, eternal storms on Jupiter, and even hints of water on Mars. What if WASP 12b, this galactic oven, hides its own form of extraterrestrial life? Microbes that dance in the ionosphere? Creatures that breathe plasma? Science doesn't know yet, but the search is what keeps us alive. You're in the cockpit now. The panels are flashing on high alert. How many minutes would you last here? Comment below. 1, 2, even a NASA astronaut suit wouldn't survive. But what if I told you that some organisms didn't need suits? That evolution could have created something adapted, something that sees this hell as home? Turn your eyes to the horizon. The star WASP 12 dominates the sky, a red giant swallowing everything. Its light is so intense it would burn your retinas in microseconds. And yet, there are patterns in that light, heat fluctuations that don't match any known natural phenomenon. What causes it? Solar wind, stellar flares, or something else? As you reflect, the ship begins to disintegrate. The ground below is an ocean of ionized magma, glowing in shades of amber and purple. Each step would be a plunge into a sea hotter than the Earth's core. And in the midst of this chaos, there are mysteries. In 2021, the James Webb Telescope detected a strange chemical signature in the atmosphere, carbon monoxide at unexplained levels. Could it be a byproduct of metabolism? No one says, but no one denies it. Now the question no one wants to ask: why risk so much for a doomed planet? Immediate response in a prophetic tone: because WASP 12b is a laboratory of the end. 10 million years from now it will be devoured by its star, and if there is life here, it is running out of time, just like us. Before I move on, let me ask you, what did you see in the shadows of this narrative? Comment with the word possible if you believe life is possible here, or abyss if you think we're alone. Now, hold on tight, because in the next part, we'll explore what happens when physics itself breaks down. Life is the greatest illusionist in the cosmos. It hides where we least expect it, laughs at our certainties, and dances on the edges of the impossible. On Earth, we encounter beings that defy logic. Microbes in hot springs that boil water, 300 degrees Celsius. Giant worms in the abyssal trenches of the Pacific, where pressure reaches 1,100 atmospheres. And tardigrades, those microscopic water bears that survive the icy vacuum of outer space, bathed in the deadly radiation of supernovae not very far away. But all of this, as extraordinary as it may seem, is just a rehearsal for the real spectacle that could be taking place here in WASP 12b. This planet isn't just a physics challenge. He is a mirror that reflects our arrogance. Because if life arose on a wet speck of dust called Earth, why couldn't it exist in a cosmic cauldron where even atoms groan under pressure? Imagine for a moment a creature that does not know water, carbon, or oxygen. An entity made of silicon, the same element that makes up desert sands and quartz crystals. While we fragile humans depend on organic molecules that disintegrate above 120 degrees Celsius, this hypothetical creature would thrive in temperatures that make iron melt like ice under a blowtorch. Its cells would not be bags of liquid, but crystalline structures, stable under the heat of 2,200 degrees Celsius. Its blood would not be water, but ionized plasma flowing through graphene veins. And your food? Not proteins or sugars, but starlight, high-energy photons ripped from the parent star, WASP 12, which dominates the sky like a red, hungry eye. Absurd, perhaps. But the NASA has already found evidence that life is more rebellious than we dream. In Marte, the Perseverance rover discovered organic molecules in rocks of 3,500,000,000 years, suggesting that the red planet was once a wet cradle, In Titan, Saturn's moon, the Cassini probe revealed lakes of liquid methane as vast as the Great Lakes of North America. And there, under a honey-colored sky, some astrobiologists venture, what if strange life forms swam in these alien seas? Even in Venus, where sulfuric acid rains and atmospheric pressure crushes submarines, there are scientists who bet on microbes floating in high clouds, surviving like ghosts in an environment that would kill a human in seconds. Why then doubt WASP 12b? In 2023, a study published in the journal Astrophysical Journal Letters shook the scientific community. Using telescope data, James Webb, a team from the Heidelberg Institute for Astrophysics, detected thermal pulses in the atmosphere of this planet, fluctuations in temperature, 0.7% in the emission of heat, repeating itself every 56 Earth hours. Standards. Cycles. How do I know something? Breathe. The researchers were cautious. We cannot say that it is life, they said, but they couldn't explain it either. Here's the puzzle. WASP 12b is so close to its star that a year there lasts less than an Earth day. Its atmosphere is being stripped away, forming a tail of debris larger than the planet itself, a spectacle reminiscent of comets dying near the sun. The star's gravity deforms it into a cosmic egg, and supersonic winds of 6,000 kilometers per hour carry showers of molten rock, a place where even the toughest metals melt like butter. And yet, even so, there are those who bet that life could be there. The answer lies in terrestrial extremophiles. In the decade of 1970, scientists discovered microbes in deep ocean hydrothermal vents, organisms that thrive on 120 degrees Celsius without sunlight, feeding on hydrogen sulfide. In 2010, a Russian team found bacteria in subglacial lakes in Antarctica, isolated by 15 million years. And in 2016, the world marveled at tardigrades, capable of surviving temperatures close to absolute zero and the vacuum of space. If life on Earth is so resilient, why not on an exoplanet that defies all rules? Some theorists propose that organisms on WASP 12b could inhabit the upper layers of the atmosphere, where the temperature is just 1,000 degrees Celsius. There, floating on currents of ionized hydrogen, they would use the star's ultraviolet radiation to catalyze chemical reactions, a hellish version of photosynthesis. Others imagine creatures that feed on cosmic rays, high-energy particles that bombard the planet. And there are even those who talk about plasma life forms, entities made of superheated gas and magnetic fields, something that challenges our understanding of biology. But the most fascinating and disturbing theory involves the silicon. On Earth, carbon is the basis of life because it forms stable and versatile bonds. Silicon, its cousin on the periodic table, is equally versatile, but its bonds are more fragile under ambient conditions. However, under extreme temperatures like those of WASP 12b, silicon could form complex, durable chains. Imagine organisms with silica bones, liquid silicon blood, and skin made of layers of crystallized carbon. They would be slow, almost mineral creatures, growing along millennia on a planet where a day is an eternity. What if these entities were there right now at this very moment, as you listen to this narration? In Pluto, the New Horizons probe revealed water ice mountains as high as the Alps. In Mercury, the planet closest to the Sun, there are polar craters that store ice under a sun that burns the 430 degrees Celsius. Even in Uranus, where methane winds cut through the atmosphere 2,500 kilometers per hour, there are mysteries that defy logic. The universe is a master at hiding secrets where we least expect them. But WASP 12b is different. He doesn't hide secrets, he incinerates them. Every discovery here is a race against time, as within 10 million years, a cosmic blink of an eye, the star WASP 12 will consume the planet completely. If there is life there, it is doomed, or perhaps it has already found a way to escape. Some conspiracy theorists suggest that the thermal signatures detected by James Webb are actually alien technology, perhaps a civilization that turned the planet into an industrial furnace, or beings that evolved to feed on pure stellar energy. They're wild ideas, of course, but they remind us of a crucial fact. Our imagination is limited by what we know. Life on WASP 12b could be so strange that we wouldn't even recognize it as life. Before we move on, I want to know what you see in the shadows of this cosmic nightmare. Comment below with the word silicon if you believe that life can be made of unimaginable elements, or unknown if you prefer to remain in doubt. The truth is out there, and she doesn't care what we are ready to accept. Now get ready, because next we'll delve into radioactive innards of this world, where rains are not of water, but of liquid ruby, where time falls apart and physics begins to fail. The death of a planet is not an event, it's a spectacle, and WASP 12b is center stage, rehearsing its final act under the spotlight of a cannibal star. Do you see that glowing tail flowing like a ghostly veil behind the planet? There are 10 million tons of matter being uprooted every hour, a loss of mass so colossal that in 10 million years only a rocky skeleton will remain, and then nothing but stardust. But here is the paradox. It is precisely in this race against time that science clings to the boldest hope. What if, amidst the chaos, there is life fighting to survive? Imagine this scenario. WASP 12b orbits its star so close that gravity warps it into a cosmic egg. With each turn, the mother star devours a piece of the planet, sucking its atmosphere like a sidereal vampire. Data from the James Webb Telescope revealed a tail of debris 350 times the size of Earth, a trail of destruction visible from 700 light-years away. It's a live-streamed cosmic suicide, and we are the witnesses. But why do scientists care about a doomed world? Because exoplanets like this are time capsules. They show us how star systems are born, evolve, and die. On Mars, we look for traces of a wet past. On Titan, we dream of alien oceans. Here in WASP 12b, we seek something darker, the resilience of life in the face of the end. Satellites equipped with artificial intelligence scan every molecule in the atmosphere, hunting for biosignatures like methane or ammonia, gases that, even in hell, could be signs of metabolism. And there's something else. In 2024, an MIT astrophysics team detected carbon monoxide spikes that coincide with thermal pulses, as if something was breathing. Now think about the cosmic timescale. 10 million years is a blink of an eye for the universe. It was 50 million years ago that the dinosaurs were wiped out by an asteroid. 4.5 billion years ago, the Earth was a ball of magma. And in 13,800,000,000 years, the Big Bang started it all. WASP 12b is less than a tenth that old, and already in its final throes. If there is life there, it was born under the death sentence. But what if she knows about it? Some theorists propose that advanced civilizations on doomed exoplanets could develop technologies to escape, using the host star's energy to propel ships on interstellar travel. Others see WASP 12b as a natural laboratory for studying physics under extreme conditions. Magnetic fields so intense they bend light, winds that accelerate at 4,000 miles per hour, and temperatures that defy the limits of matter. Even black holes, those gravitational monsters, seem static compared to the dynamic agony of this world. As we speak, next-generation telescopes like the Habitable Worlds Observatory are being designed to map WASP 12b's atmosphere in unprecedented detail. Artificial intelligence sensors analyze petabytes of data, looking for patterns that humans would never notice. And robotic probes, armored with tungsten alloys and synthetic diamond, are designed to survive for minutes. Enough minutes to answer the final question: are we alone? But there is an even deeper mystery. In 2019, the ALMA radio telescope detected unusual radio emissions coming from WASP 12b, weak, almost imperceptible signals which repeated every 11 hours. The scientific community was divided. Were they natural pulses of plasma or something more structured? Nobody knows. But in a universe where black holes collide, supernovae light up galaxies, and dark matter defies physics, why wouldn't there be room for the unexplained? Now, look up at the night sky. Somewhere in the Milky Way, WASP 12b is being torn apart. Its star, a red giant, has already swallowed 3 smaller planets, and this is the next one. But as you watch, remember, every discovery here redefines what we know about extraterrestrial life. If silicon microbes can withstand 2,200 degrees Celsius, what else could exist in distant nebulae? On Neptune, where icy winds cut through the atmosphere. On Uranus, where do diamonds rain down in the core? Before we move on, I want to hear your theory. Comment with END if you believe that WASP 12b is a cosmic tomb, or resistance if you bet that life persists even in the abyss. Your answer could rewrite the astronomy textbooks. And now get ready for what comes next. As we enter the zone of maximum danger, the radioactive core of WASP 12b, where showers of liquid ruby and winds of antimatter defy all laws of physics. The journey is far from over, and the cosmic clock doesn't stop ticking. The question is not, is there life out there? It's, how arrogant are we for thinking that life cares about our rules? WASP 12b taught us that the universe does not play with the same dice as we do. As you watch this final scene, the ship being swallowed by the star, its wreckage glistening like tears of molten titanium, consider, every speck of dust on this planet is a verse in a cosmic poem that we have barely begun to decipher. On Venus, where clouds of sulfuric acid hide phosphine molecules, a possible sign of microbial life, NASA scientists debate whether the chemistry of hell could harbor biosignatures. On Europa, Jupiter's moon underground oceans 100 kilometers deep challenge our concept of habitability. And in TRAPPIST-1, a star system 40 light-years from Earth, 7 planets orbit a red dwarf, each with the potential to harbor oceans or volcanoes of alien magma. But WASP 12b is different. There are no metaphors here. There is no maybe. There's a planet being eaten alive by its star, and yet, it offers us clues. In 2024, spectrographs from the Hubble telescope identified traces of hydrogen cyanide in its atmosphere, a complex molecule that, in extreme environments, can be a building block for organic structures. It's not proof, it's an invitation, a challenge to rethink everything. And you? What does this mean for your existence? If tomorrow we confirm that silicon microbes float in the radioactive clouds of WASP 12b, how does that change your view of the Big Bang, the Milky Way, or your place in it? Are we accidents in an indifferent cosmos? Or part of a pattern that repeats itself in 2 trillion galaxies? The ship disappeared. Its latest signal, life detected, echoes like a mantra in Earth's control rooms. Was it a software error, an interference from cosmic rays, or the first whisper that we are not alone? Scientists like Dr. Clara Nguyen, an astrobiologist at MIT, say WASP 12b is a reminder that life is not a phenomenon. It is a force. Now close your eyes. Imagine a future where probes made of graphene and artificial diamond plunge into the atmospheres of Neptune, where liquid diamonds rain down on oceans of metallic hydrogen, where quantum AI unlocks the secrets of black holes, and where we colonize exoplanets with gravity 3 times ours. This future starts here, with every discovery, every like, every comment from you. So, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And just when you think you've seen it all, remember, the next video, the one already flashing on your screen, will reveal something even more terrifying coming from the far reaches of the universe. Get ready, because the cosmos does not forgive, and the search it never ends.